Hello out there to all my friends of the Course in Miracles. We are here doing the lessons, and today we are doing lucky number 13. So grab yourself some lemon water and get ready to be washed over with some beautiful teachings that potentially are going to put you off for a minute or two today, but that's okay. That's all good. I trust the process, and I hope you do too. All right, lesson number 13. A meaningless world engenders fear. Today's idea is really another form of the preceding one, except that it is more specific as to the emotion aroused. Actually, a meaningless world is impossible. Nothing without meaning exists. However, it does not follow that you will not think you perceive something that has no meaning. On the contrary, you will be particularly likely to think you do perceive it. Recognition of the meaninglessness arouses intense anxiety in the separated ones. That's us. For now. It represents a situation in which God and the ego challenge each other as to whose meaning is to be written in the empty space that meaninglessness provides. The ego rushes in frantically to establish its own ideas there, fearful that the void may otherwise be used to demonstrate its own importance and unreality. And on this alone, it is correct. It is essential, therefore, that you learn to recognize the meaninglessness and accept it without fear. If you are fearful, it is certain that you will endow the world with attributes that it does not possess, and crowd it with images that do not exist. To the ego, illusions are safety devices, as they must also be to you who equate yourself with the ego. The exercises for today, which should be done about 3 or 4 times for not more than a minute or so at most each time, are to be practiced in a somewhat different way from the preceding ones. With eyes closed, repeat today's idea to yourself. Then open your eyes and look about you slowly, saying, I am looking at a meaningless world. Repeat this statement to yourself as you look around. Then close your eyes and conclude with, a meaningless world engenders fear because I think I'm in competition with God. You may find it difficult to avoid resistance in one form or another to this concluding statement. I'll say. Whatever form such resistance may take, remind yourself that you are really afraid of such a thought because of the quote-unquote vengeance of the quote-unquote enemy. You are not expected to believe the statement at this point and will probably dismiss it as preposterous. Note carefully, however, any signs of overt or covert fear which it may arouse. This is our first attempt at starting an explicit cause and effect relationship of a kind which you are very inexperienced in recognizing. Do not dwell on the concluding statement and try not to even think of it except during the practice periods. That will suffice at present. Okay, so let's not try to think too much about it, but just the idea that from my ego's perspective, which I identify my identity with, that I'm in competition with God, it seems so like nothing that I would consciously think of and so opposite of how I think I am. But you know, when I was meditating this morning and just thinking about how creative our thoughts are and how oftentimes I have this mindset of wanting to fix things or improve things. So inherently I'm saying things aren't okay as they are. And things could mean anything, whether it's like how my body feels, cleaning up something around the house. I don't know. It's like there's always a mind that's searching for something to improve, because at some level, I don't believe that everything is perfect. Now, it's not saying don't clean up and don't, take care of your body, but what is the belief that's underneath the reason for doing the things that we do? I think that's where we're getting to with this lesson. So, a meaningless world engenders fear. Enjoy this today. Lucky number lesson 13. I think it's another deeper step into the truth about our minds and what we're holding on to without realizing it, that's causing so much tension and so much friction and attracting so much, I don't know, interference in what otherwise could be a very gently flowing system, this energetic presence that we are. We're mucking it up by being in competition with God. Okay, well, that's something to think about today. There'll be more to think about tomorrow. I love you. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for being here and practicing these lessons. I hope this is benefiting you. And if you feel the urge to share it with someone who you think might benefit from this, please do. I did want to mention the other thing that I've been doing is listening to Carol Howe, who is one of the people that helped bring this book into being. She has made an audio recording that's for sale on her website of her reading the text. And I love it. I love her voice and I love her energy connected to this work, because I feel like she's one of the founding members of the group that brought this through. So I will share a link to her website so that if you're interested in purchasing her audio version of the text, you can do that as well and have a study that is more than just doing the lessons. Because I think it's really helping these concepts land more, that I have the text now streaming into my mind simultaneously while I'm practicing the lessons. And we're only on 13. It's just going to keep getting better. Have a beautiful day out there, everyone, and I will see you again tomorrow.